On to you, Capricorn. So you have a lot of people interested in you, but a lot of you Capricorns may not. You have to watch out right around now. And let's get into it. You have the Hermit, the Seven of Cups, and the Ten of Cups. So the Hermit represents you being by yourselves, right? Around this time. But this also represents somebody else too. You're by yourself, but at the same time, people are interested in trying to get to know you, right? Approaching you. The Seven of Cups and the Ten of Cups is about how the Seven of Cups represents how you have people who are interested in you. It's just that, and we've talked about this in the last video, it's just that a lot of you Capricorns may have thought that, you need some time to actually, deal with the baggage that you have, because you don't want to approach people being bitter, being upset, getting on other people's nerves. But it's not to say that you don't have people who are interested. Most definitely people are interested. Now the Ten of Cups, however, represents the Ten of Cups and the Five of Swords represents you're still dealing with the past dysfunctional relationship. However, the Ten of Cups represents you are slowly getting out of it, though, having to deal with the anger of that. You Capricorns are learning how to get out of that, right? Because you can't hold on to that type of frustration forever, right? If you do, it'll ruin every relationship that you try to get yourself into. It'll ruin friendships. It'll ruin family ties. It'll ruin everything. And the Five of Swords just represents how, you're tired of people. You're just tired of what a lot of the Capricorns are tired of, what a lot of the Cancer crabs are tired of. The idea that, you Capricorns, you want to be able to give, and you want to be able to give somebody your love and share in your heart what it is that you have. But we're living in a world and a time right now where people are very much so narcissistic, and things like love and stuff like this. A lot of you Capricorns just kind of pessimistic when it comes to that stuff right now, because you're like, we're just living in a time right now where people don't understand what that means. And the Queen of Cups now and the Six of Pentacles is about that's true, but it doesn't necessarily mean that everybody is like that. It really doesn't. And the reason why I can say that in the first place is really because how you have a lot of love in your heart. So that doesn't necessarily mean that every last person in the world is 100% dysfunctional. What it means is you just have to remain a fortress. You just have to remain solid. You got to get to a point where this interactions that you have with others does not stop you, because you understand what time it is, right? People who would waste your time and play games, they don't have, I've said this before, they do not have a whole lot going on. They really don't. Because you have to shift your mentality, Capricorn, to really live in that reality, because that's the correct reality to live in. Not because I'm saying so, but because think back to how many times people wasted your time, played games with you, but then when you actually take a more specific look at their life, they're losers, or they have way too much time on their hands, but then they're acting like they're so successful. And it's like, come on, they have nothing to do all day, every day, but they're successful. Come on now, even successful people have things to do sometimes, So the thing is that the Four of Pentacles and the Lovers now is about how you just have to cement that. You have to actually solidify that, right? It has to be cement, concrete, ingrained in you, because you're in a position right now where you're starting to figure it out, what it is I've been saying to you. But at the same time, it's like you're still going back and forth with yourself about love, right? And questioning, right, lovers, right, questioning all the relationships that you've ever had, asking yourself, are they real? Were the relationship experiences that you've been through real? I'm sure some of them have been, yes. Not every last person that you've come across is a fake. That's impossible. There are some people that will be sincere, and you have bumped into them. I'm not gonna say run across them. I'll say bump into them, right? You have bumped into them. It's just that at the same time, you have to understand that part of the reason why you may have separated from them was because either, you're not interested in them in that way, right? Obviously, or the two of you was just on different paths. That's just how it is sometimes, right? And not every person that may end up getting along with each other may even be with each other. So now you have the Chariot, which is Cancer crabs, and then you have the Ace of Wands. So the next thing for you to do when you're trying to get to know somebody, right, is the Chariot. Ask them if being in a relationship is something that they want, right? The Chariot represents questioning. That's the reason, that's how it is that you're going to be able to tell very quickly if they're interested in anything for real, is by you basically coming out and asking them, hey, listen, do you legitimately want something long term? What is it that you really want? Let me know. And the Ace of Wands represents the people who want something short term will literally tell you that they want something short term. So let's clarify the Lovers now. Let's clarify the Lovers. Let's clarify the Lovers. Hold on. These cards are being stubborn. Hold on. Queen of Swords, Three of Cups, Ten of Swords, and the Two of Cups for the Lovers, to clarify the Lovers. Yeah, the Queen of Swords, okay? Queen of Swords, like it is I said before, the people who are real more than likely will be real with you. They'll just tell you, yeah, they're looking for a long-term relationship, something special with you, right? Or people in general, right? No one in particular, but if you fit that description, then yes, they're talking about you. Because the Three of Cups, they're tired of short-term relationships or casual link-ups. They're tired of it too. And like I said, you'll know by asking them. The Ten of Swords and the Two of Cups represents, because you Capricorns, like I said, you're tired of going through this mess where you're in a position where, you have to experience, unfortunately, the heartbreak of dealing with somebody that really wasn't for real from the beginning and just wanted to be around for a short time, but wasn't open and honest about it and wasn't speaking up about it, right? So the Ace, I mean, let's clarify the Ace of Wands, just to kind of be able to tell what comes after, right? Or what kind of breakthrough you'll have. The Three of Swords, the Nine of Swords, the Seven of Wands, and then you have the Eight of Cups, right? This is a situation for you where, well, for them in particular, where the Three of Swords and the Nine of Swords, if anyone tries to run game on you at this current point in time, it's not really going to be of any use, because when people try to play you just for your body, they're trying to make it seem like they're just in a relationship with you, right? And the two of you are not talking about it. But when you actually bring it up directly and you say, hey, listen, what are we? Are we actually in a relationship? Are we going to be in one? What's going on? Are we heading into a relationship? Let's actually be together. It puts a spotlight on it, and it puts them in a position where they have to answer. Because if they say, yes, we are, and then they still, they still act like they're just trying to smash or get something out of you, you ask them directly if the two of you are going to be together, and they said yes, and they can't show you that. So that's how it is that you'd be able to tell that they're not really being serious. Okay? And the Seven of Wands and the Eight of Cups. Here we go. The Seven of Wands and the Eight of Cups now is about how, and like it is, I said, getting to know somebody for real is going to take some time. But at the same time, you will have to get rid of them. You will have to really screen them, vet them, get to know them, right? Ask them questions. Really, see, a lot of times in today's world, people don't really ask questions. They run into relationships and they don't really ask too much questions. And this is why a lot of people end up getting upset when I say things like, you know, if you meet someone and you're dating them within a month, you should probably get busy. You know, people get upset because it's like, oh, well, how am I going to know this person for this? And it's like, that's delusional, because obviously you're not going to know about this person their entire life. You don't have enough history. But then at the same time, you need to create milestones. You need to actually be going somewhere. That's number one. And number two, if you telling me that you know so little about a person, you still are not comfortable with them within a month's time, that means that you're not asking questions. You understand what I'm saying? So the Eight of Cups now is about how, and be able, Capricorn, to walk away from anybody that would end up being a waste of your time. You know, people who just want to stand around and just be there, you know, have you give it up or give up cash, try to separate you from your cash. You avoid those type of people. You know, if they're constantly around you asking for this or looking to, you know, get some funds out of you, that's not, you know, relationships shouldn't be expensive. You know what I mean? Relationships should not be expensive. You know, most people are not rich. So even rich people have to budget out because they own companies. They don't even want to go over their company's budget and go bankrupt. So to a certain extent, they even have a budget, you know? So it's like, you know, relationships shouldn't be expensive. So if you find yourself in a situation where the person is trying to make themselves expensive, that's how it is that another way that you can tell that, you know, you need to stay away from them. That's your warning sign. But that's pretty much it. Thank you to you Capricorns for being here. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe. Smash the subscribe button, smash that like button, hit the notification bell, set that notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos.